Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, undefeated, Revolution champion of the world, I give to you, Matt Anarchy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is not because this is nostalgic like every great Saturday morning throughout our childhood was. It is not because it has almost been a full month since the only Messiah that matters has been able to grace your screen as a commentator for WGP. It is not because of a wonderful entrance given to me by the owner of a company, and that doesn't happen every day. Mr. TDC, you may not be in this match today, sir, but it is good to see that you are in the building with me. Ladies and gentlemen, the Messiah is covered in goosebumps today because of the last 2 months of build that we have gotten to see leading up to this phenomenal match. But before we dive into total destruction and the 5 versus 5 shock therapy versus badass club match that we are about to see, I've got to give you a few reminders. Because you see, next Saturday, WGP is going to be back with Carnage again. Only this time, we are going to have the last 2 qualifying matches in the Rise of the Titan tournament. And we are going to see Grimes take on Jay Briggy. And we are going to see A-List Alverson go head-to-head with Little Sweet. And the weekend after that, well, that's where we're going to see the finale and the rise of the Titan on June the 13th. But before we can get to that, we've got to get through tonight, an event so catastrophic, we had to take the name Carnage off of it, and we had to deem it total destruction. A 5 versus 5 match like you have never seen before. On one side, we have got the Badass Club. Honestly, this group is one of the roots, one of the foundations of the WGP. These men came in and they changed everything here. And it didn't really pick up again until we saw on the flip side, which is shock therapy. Let's talk about shock therapy, right? We've got a group of veterans that we've seen compete in multiple different places, but the really important part about shock therapy is they've got a couple group members who started WGP, right? You look at guys like Chaos, who have been here from the very beginning. So both of these groups right now are fighting to be at the heart of WGP, and I couldn't be more excited to get to be the guy to call the action for you. So Mr. Production Man, without further ado, let's get this show going.
Briggy! Boy, we've said a lot of shit to each other lately, right? And I know we got a lot more to say, and we'll say it when the stakes are a little higher, right? But for now, since you like to compare Harry and the Florida Man so much, what is the biggest difference between the two? Oh, that's right. Harry can actually win championships, something that Florida motherfucker could never do. And hey, while you're at it, maybe if you shaved off that leprechaun beard, management could tell the difference between Briggs and Briggy around here.
Chaos, why would you want to come out here looking like he even ate through all 3 of his stimulus checks? You act like you've done something special, when in all reality, you ain't any more special than that glow stick Harry. Honestly, I can't wait to watch Steel stomp your ass out and take that Outbreak title off your shoulder. At least he knows what humility is. But don't worry, you will before the end of the night. And after BC gets done putting shock therapy in its place, Mr. Pariah, maybe you can join the geek in the unemployment line.
Gene Emerson, going out here now trying to be a loose cannon. Listen, Gene, you don't have to try to impersonate every Canadian wrestler just because you're from Canada. It's a bad look. But you did get one thing right about your latest nickname, the Nova Scotia Nightmare, because your career has been a complete nightmare since Bossellini broke his foot off in your ass. So go ahead and stick with that nickname. It is very fitting.
Now, Harry, you're the new guy in all this, and, well, you did everything that you could to put shock therapy on your back, but at this time, Harry, the jetpack ran out of fuel, and we're about to take you piece by piece and part by part, Harry, and put you back together as the little boy that wished he could. But you're not Harry Potter in this story, and you don't have the little star to prove it, but you're going to get your ass kicked. Chaos? Chaos who? Chaos, Super Chaos. You know, Chaos doesn't come to mind because these last few years you've been nothing more than unrelevant. And I know recently you've gained some notoriety and relevancy. And I see you're trying to break away from the pack, but Chaos, we all know that's not you. You just like riding all the old school history. So Chaos, again, I'll dust you off like some fine wine and hope you give me a good vintage.
Even though he's going to be in competition tonight, no one has seen Gene Emerson in weeks, and some people are starting to wonder if he's okay. Well, this sounds like a job for
Super Chaos! And I'm here to find Gene Emerson once and for all. And even though he is a dirty member of the BC, it is Super Chaos' job to make sure everybody's safe. So I'm going to find the missing Gene Emerson and then beat the hell out of him because he's a member of the BC. It is what it is.
Had to break out the biohazard mask because they put me against that guy Joey Sweet again. I faced him twice in the ring pretty recently. Both times I left with a very terrible smell all over my gear. It's like his stench rubbed off on it. You know, the last match we had was for the Outbreak Championship, and I think that's the reason why he's going after that title in the first place, because he saw these cool biohazard symbols all over the title, and he thought, well, maybe that describes me perfectly, because I basically smell like toxic waste. That's Joey Sweet in a nutshell.
Chaos, you cocky bastard. Congrats on winning the Outbreak title at Death to the King. Too bad for you, though. You're gonna lose it to my boy Steel at the Rise of the Titan pay-per-view. Just like me and the rest of the BC will put down cock therapy tonight, just like I put you down in our only one-on-one match, which means after Total Destruction tonight, you are gonna be nothing more than Little Sweet's bitch. Seven, my guy, you've been so salty as of late. Your ass should be majority shareholder in the Morton Salt Company, motherfucker. You need to get back to being the Seven of old and stop being this broke dick dog version looking of Seven you've been bringing on screen lately. Because I'll tell you right now, that shit ain't gonna cut it, Jack. What you need to do is go to Denver, North Carolina, and retrieve your balls for Josh Steele's wife's purse, because that's exactly where they've been since he beat you in that WGP title match, Seven.
Little Sweet, or as I like to call him, the big man Shadow, Little Sweet, you're not going to amount to jack shit inside the promo land, because you're always attached to the hip of Big Sweet. Every time Big Sweet does something, you're there holding his hand. You can't learn to be on your own. You need to separate yourself from the big guy, and until you do that, you will never fucking succeed in this business.
Shock therapy member number 7. 5. Number 5, name 7. Ain't no more time for clowning around, okay? Now, see, before you went on hiatus, sir, I believe you were trying to call yourself 7 Mary 3 Belts, but that turned out to be quite a cumbersome task, didn't it? Now, you watch out, Senor Siete Mascara, porque el A-lister is coming to lay him down on you right now.
Oh, Chaos, you remember it clearly, don't you? The first time that we got a glimpse of A-list conversation, and I studied the life cycle of the Mariah. This time, when we come face to face, I'm prepared to do something not even your perverted mind has thought of. 7,000 RPMs, bristle to the bone.
A-List Alverson, you get to face a flashback from way back when Chaos was in a group called Undistinguished Gentlemen. Some people around here don't know what that is, but for those of you that know, you know. So, I don't care how fancy you think you are, even though I'm known to be one of the more wild ones. As you can see, I can get a little fancy too. And one thing I could also do better than you is win championships. Eat a dick. You remember this face, Briggy? The same face that tormented you last year. The same face that tormented your entire family. The same face that handed you your only singles loss last year is back. You need to remember one thing, Briggy. And if it wasn't for me talking about how terrible of a champion you were being, you would have never become the great champion that you eventually were. You're welcome. But also remember that it's shock therapy behind you no longer being a champion. So once again, you're welcome.
Oh my God, just when you thought shock therapy was out of it, Harry gets a hot tag.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part of the show where Harry comes in and takes out the whole fucking BC. Let's start at the very bottom, shall we? Gene Emerson. Gene, the worst part about this whole Total Destruction fiasco is that I've actually had to watch your hypes and pay attention to your promos and acknowledge that you actually fucking exist. I can't wait to go back to not doing that. Next, Little Julie Sweet. Little Sweet, opportunity of a lifetime. The Outbreak Championship. Spends the first minute of it crying about getting out of his brother's shadow, but then wants to bitch and complain that everybody keeps bringing his brother up against him. Speaking of his brother, Big Sweet, you really don't feel comfortable in the BC, do you? I can see you looking over your shoulders. Hey, maybe you could grow the beard back out and the hair back out. You can hide those insecurities. Apparently that's what they think Harry does with his mask. Not true. But hey, the BC has your back, right? Sure. A-List Alverson, I actually owe you a bit of gratitude. You were the one that tipped the BC's hand. You showed me you guys were not going to play fair. You brought up the promo queen. Before that, there had been no connection between the two of us. Which brings me to Briggy, who thinks the difference in me winning the Havoc Championship was 10 seconds of her on screen. Briggy, if you really think that was the difference that got me over, not only are you fucking dumb, but you're not half the promo artist I thought you were. BC, toodles.
I'm the same dude y'all read about, the same tool y'all needin' now. We came through, not leaving now. When these lame dudes, we beat them out. No stopping this. In my way, might pop your lip. Ain't saying this awesomeness, but y'all look like the opposite. We setting the bar. Y'all know who we are.
We're making history.
Oh, welcome back to the commentator's table for your first recap. The hits have flown fast and furious, and let's get a quick recap of some of the highlights. Let off with Harry throwing bombs, talking about Briggy's mustache and how Gene's career is the real nightmare. Gene came back and told him they were going to dismantle him because he's a little boy who wished he could. Chaos. We've seen so many chaoses through the first half of this match. Super Chaos, Gas Mask Chaos, Suited Chaos, even Hannibal Chaos. Little Sweet, you cut a whole promo on 7 in 20 seconds. That was crazy. My favorite part's when you said his balls were in Josh Sweet's wife's purse. A-list, Senor Siete Mascara had me dying, and the brushing of the teeth. It's amazing how you can even bring your character into a short segment like that. And then Harry's hot tag there at the end. Gene is the worst part of it. The worst part of this is acknowledging you exist. Little Sweets, you're more obsessed with your brother than anybody else. Big Sweets, you obviously hate being there. He said A-list tip the BC's hand, and Briggy is fucking dumb. Hey, let's roll it back to the match, big guy.
And Harry, all you did was prove me right when I said, send me out the real challenger and the promo queen, because that's the only way you're going to get this belt off me, and that's exactly what you did. You needed that little girl to come in here and save your promo and win you your first title. I don't remember ever needing the Gator Goddess to come win a match for me, but you needed the queen to win your very first title shot. Pretty sure we got some kind of labor laws here in the WGP, and I think you broke a few. Maybe we need to call child services on your ass for using her. But hey, she ain't going to be able to help you in every one of your videos and try to get you as many defenses as I had with that damn title.
This one is it, Harry. The taster, the teaser, the part where the A-lister and good old Neon Stitchface stand up toe-to-toe and come together. And right now, I am fixing to polish up my nice Italian patent leather boot, roll it, swing it, and stick it right into your tootly ass just this one time.
Harry, or should I call you what you really are? Mad Anarchy purchased off of Wish.com. Let me tell you something. In 2 years, I've watched flash in the pan promo artists like you come and go a dozen times over. The 15 minutes started ticking on your clock the minute you became Havoc champion. But don't worry, somebody's going to come along sooner or later and put you on permanent desk duty. But before I get out of here, let me ask you a favor. Next time you fuck one of my friends, put on some lipstick and buy him dinner first.
Harry, you little shit. I'm getting ready to lay some hard-to-swallow truth on your ass. You may have gotten lucky, and I do mean lucky, and won the Havoc title, but you're not even the best promo artist in your own family. The promo queen is, and if you think otherwise, you're as stupid as you look every time you come on screen wearing that stupid fucking mask. So Toodles, Harry, why don't you do me a favor and get the hell out of my promo ring, bitch? Boss Leany, I know you consider yourself some sort of fancy wheeling and dealing businessman. Well, businessman, all the business deals in the world aren't gonna get you out of this ass-kicking here tonight. You wanna know what I see when I look at you, Boss Leany? Nothing more than a poor man's version of A-list Albertson. There's an old saying that goes, if the shoe fits, wear it, Boss Leany, or get beat in your big ass forehead with it. The choice is yours, boss.
So, Jewy Sweet, let's get to you. The undefeated Phenom. What happened with all of that? It went up in a puff of smoke, didn't it? Why? Because your own teammate took your momentum, derailed it, and made sure that you weren't a champion. Oh yeah, that's great teammates there. See how that's getting you? You chose to ride with the wrong team. You fucking idiot.
Well, I guess that leaves you. The bitch of brutality. Oh, my fault. It's the bitch of bullshit. Everybody else remember that. We know that you ain't worth shit. The judges know that you full of shit. And your whole career, it was built on shit. Because the thing is, you came out and you know, Harry told it the best. You played a game very well until people realized what the game you was playing. So what you gonna do now? Who you chasing, bitch?
Boss Salini, we can all see it, man. You are past your prime. You don't even want to be here anymore. We can see it in your eyes, hear it in your voice, and we can see it in your heart that you don't even want to be out here performing anymore. You don't have it in you like you used to. So why don't you step aside, go to the retirement home like you should have done a long time ago, and let the new guys take over because they still want to be out here on screen giving their all. You used to be that workhorse here in the WGP, hell, in the promo industry, period. But now you're like that old, battered, injured horse that just needs to be taken out of its fucking misery. So do us all a favor and hit the road, Jack. Dr. Slam coming out here with that stupid mask on, think you're scaring somebody. Coming out here looking like Kane's little sister. Because we all know that you were the most irrelevant piece of trash that's on this team. We don't even know why they came and got you to show up here tonight. Because we all know what you're going to do. You're going to show up for this one damn match, then you're going to disappear into the shadows just like you're known for doing. Because having you in a promo battle, let's be honest, is about as useless as a screen door on a damn submarine. Dr. Slam, the only thing you have slammed is your fucking career to the shitter.
Briggy, can't you see? Yeah, your title belongs to Shock Therapy, don't it? Oh man, that's gotta hurt. You put on your vest, you get all prepared for war, and then you get your ass whipped. That's gotta sting a little bit, don't it? I guess that's why you ain't the leader of the BC. A-list Alverson. Yeah. You might be the richest fella here, but even old Dr. Slam can get fancied up once in a while with a tie. The difference is, all that money you got can't buy you a title. You see, all the money in the world can't get you the talent it takes to be a champion. Guess that's why you ain't the leader of the BC, now is ya?
Dr. Slam-a-lam ding dong. I got some questions about your credentials because the way you present yourself doesn't really strike me the same way as any other licensed medical practitioner that I have come to know. What exact kind of degree do you have here, good sir? You have a PhD, you got a MD, a DDS, a SD. I know one thing's for certain about the degree you have. It is BS. Mr. Bossolini, you're the normal one of the bunch, ain't you? You ain't got no kind of psychological alterations or any kind of physical ailments that make you look all scary. You're the financial backing of the group, right? You're the one that's all about the business and the money. Well, you and I are ready to stand on top of our liquid assets and go nose to chin. I think Bossolini's a name that you've bestowed upon yourself, because nobody that I know would describe you as lean.
Yo, A-list Alverson. You know what? I actually got a little respect for you. I peeped your game. I seen what you was doing before anybody else did. You get in good, you smooth, you learn their weaknesses. Well, Briggy lost his title, so you ain't got to worry about trying to rob him for his. So that means the only person left is Sweet. So you going to stab him in his back soon as you get that chance. We know it. I know it. The world know it. But did he know it? Hell no, because he ain't that smart. But we going to see what you're going to do now when you don't have BC backing you and putting you in those cupcake matches.
Oh, Big Sweet, let me be real with you. Your days are numbered. You don't even know what's about to happen to you before it happened to you. You ain't got to worry about me coming after your belt, because that's not the one who got their eyes on your prize. If you really want to know who coming after you, why don't you look in your camp? A-list Iverson, he gonna come and stab you in the back. And that, brother bitchality, yeah, he gonna come after you too. Why? Because you can't trust your friends. Sorry for you, bitch.
Bossolini, what the hell are you even the boss of in the first place? You know what? Never mind. No need to answer that question, because I'm about to go beyond plus ultra, up one side of your head and down the other. Do us all a favor and stay as calm as you possibly can, because we don't need you stroking out, shitting your pants, and dropping dead here tonight. The best advice I could give you is to pack your shit, buy some condo in Florida, and retire, because tonight is only going to serve as yet another example of why you don't go here.
Yeah, I'm a legend, I ain't going nowhere. Ain't nobody gonna stop me. Yeah, it's showtime, you can call me Rolex. Everybody wanna watch me. And I ain't never been second string, boy. I'm a reason why they came out. Yeah, all I do is go hard. Best believe I ain't looking for no way out.
All I do is win. All I do is win. All I do is win. All I do is win.
Yeah, it's going down tonight. Woo. Yeah, it's going down tonight. It's going down tonight. It's going down tonight.
Woo, what another hot segment of action. It all kicked off with Jay Briggs saying that Harry broke labor laws, and while the promo queen can win him that belt, she can't defend it for him, and that flowed into A-List calling him Stitch Face and putting his boot in his tootly ass. You had Big Sweets calling Harry a flash in the pan. Little Sweet saying the promo queen is the best in the promo artist in that family. He then flipped over to Bossellini and told him he was a poor A-lister. Boss came back and told him that his teammates, Little Sweet's teammates that is, are the ones that derailed his own momentum, and that Briggy is the bitch of bullshit. Briggy countered by telling Dr. Slam that he looks like Kane's little sister, and Dr. Slam came out and said, Briggy, can't you see that your title now belongs to Shock Therapy? A little bit later on, we had A-List talking to Bossellini. He said finance versus finance. He whoops the boss's ass. Boss came back out, said A-List is basically just in this match so that he can screw over Sweets later. He then turned to Sweets and tried to focus Sweets' attention on A-List and Briggy. And that last thing that we saw in the second segment was Big Sweets telling Bossellini to retire. So ladies and gentlemen, kick your feet up as we bring the last and final segment of Total Destruction to you right now.
Dr. Slam, I can't tell you how overjoyed I was to hear Shock Therapy was going to have an actual doctor on their team, because there's going to be a lot of crushed egos and hurt butts on y'all's side before everything is said and done here tonight. I'm going to be truthful and real with you. You should have stuck to eating crayons in whatever corner or closet they pulled you out of. As far as I'm concerned, you can go ahead and put your helmet and floaties back on and take your ass back to the kiddie pool you came from.
Big Sweet. Oh, man. The one fella around here holding the title. But hell, he ain't the leader of the BC, is he? You see, he let somebody else come in from the outside and be the leader. And that fella ain't even here. That's pretty piss poor from a champion, ain't it? Might want to get your shit together and lead this team to a victory. Little Sweet. Yeah. He's a little brother of Big Sweet. Oh, man. That's gotta suck to hear that all the time, don't it? Hey, at least you're the sweet one. Woo! Yeah, that makes me laugh. Man, makes me thirsty. I'm gonna go get me a Diet Dr. Pepper. You just hang around and get your ass whipped, alright?
Dr. Slam, how you doing? I don't give a fuck, actually, but step 1 was complete last weekend at Breakdown when I beat Mr. Smith. Step 2 is where you come in, Dr. Slam, because here tonight at Total Destruction, I will rip you limb from limb. And unlike Mr. Smith, who I showed mercy so you could be here tonight, I will not be extending that same courtesy to you, because tonight I will finish the job and put you down for good, Dr. Slam.
Now, Dr. Slam, this is the first time me and you have ever faced off, and I'm really, really sorry that I never made an appointment, because I don't need to talk to a doctor, though you need one. So I should go back and get you Kaylee Malice, right? She's your therapist. Maybe, jolt your noggin a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay, Dr. Slam, because I don't care if you want to bring your tired, used Kane mask to this, because, well, you're just going to go to hell anyways.
Gene Emerson. Yeah. This feller. We're used to him coming on the screen all the time, ain't we? But he's disappeared. I guess He's finally realized he ain't got what it takes. Yeah, poor fella. You ain't the leader of the BC, is ya? Hell, do they have a leader?
What's the matter, Gene? Cat got your tongue? We haven't heard from you in a while, Gene. What you do realize what you're up against when BC goes against Shock Therapy that we're gonna kick your fucking ass? I made an example of you in my debut in the WGP, and I know you're gonna bring up the past how you beat me and land far, far away, but Gene, I got my revenge. You didn't mention my name ever again inside these halls because you're scared little punk bitch.
707. Do I really have to keep repeating your name so many times for you to get it and understand that I'm still better than you? I still own a win over you. You've only took back one win to my two. I beat you back to back for that lovely Inferno's championship. But that's in the past, into the now, and into the present. As you stand with Shock Therapy, you'll see that your history slowly fades to black.
Hey Jay Briggy, do you remember me in the land far, far away? You made a joke, you made a mockery of 7. What a night, Jay Briggy. I'm gonna make an example of you. You was the longest reigning habit champion, but my buddy Harry, he bitch slapped you and sent your ass packing. Now you're nothing but a damn joke, and I think it's funny.
I know 7 ain't out here talking about people being butthurt in his last couple hypes. Talking about people whining and complaining when you're nothing more than a 7-star pity party, always looking for attention. Poor, poor, pitiful 7. Yeah, who gives a fuck? And I know you ain't out here talking about you don't need a title on your shoulder to validate who you are. That's funny because it wasn't just a couple months ago that you were walking around with 2 belts trying to become 7, 3, 4, 5 belts. Because you knew you needed those belts to keep relevant in here in the WGP. But hey, what did you do? You left the WGP to go try to defend those 2 titles. You put us on the back burner like everybody else does. Don't come out here with your bullshit, 7. In Chaos, the last time you had a title and you were the mature version of Chaos, you yelled and screamed so damn much that you had to vacate that title due to a throat injury. But at least now this time, you have somebody on your team that can give you a little bit of advice, maybe show you a certain exercise or a certain kind of job that'll help strengthen that throat up for you. Because we all know that 7 knows a lot about sucking, and he knows even more about blowing things here in the promo industry. But by the end of this night, that title's not what's going to make you relevant. I am going to be what makes you relevant and makes people remember you, Chaos.
Well, if it isn't Big Sweet, the world champion of the WGP, and he's also a member of the BC, so you think that would make him like a leader of sorts, but no. He gladly sits by and lets Jay Briggy runs things, and then you let TDC of all people come in and start saying that he's the shepherd guiding the flock. Does that mean you're all a bunch of sheep? Because that's what it sounds like to me. Maybe BC stands for the Club, and you let that happen. Ever since this new BC came out, that's exactly what all of you've become. Sheep.
A-list Alverson, the guy who's only here because he didn't want to miss out on the pay-per-view. Hey, I can't fault you for that. You just picked the wrong side. Listen, we know the BC doesn't like you, and you don't like them. I mean, since day one, Big Sweet called you a temporary member. And then you guys had that little love fest, but we knew that wasn't real. You guys just did that for show. And Gene came out here and roasted your ass. Said you looked like an 80s porn star or something like that. And no one from the BC came to your defense. But we know you'll be done with them soon. Little Sweet, let's face it, you talked a lot of shit coming into this. But your biggest claim to fame is the fact that you ripped out Twisted's fallopian tubes, right? And then you jump roped with them, huh? Well, you may have ripped out her fallopian tubes, but let's be honest here. You haven't jumped rope a day in your fucking life. I bet you haven't even seen one of those things since elementary school. Nice try, though, pal.
Bossellini, it is I who made you who you are. Bossellini, it is I who made you who you are. And if you don't believe that, go back and watch. If it wasn't for me and you facing off and you getting this down and gritty, dirty type new personality, nobody would know who you are. So I once again am owed some money. It's time for you to pay up. And tonight, once again, at Total Destruction, well, you pay your board to the landlord.
7, me and you used to be friends. These days, all I want to do is slap the taste out of your mouth for the lies about me that crossed your lips. You said mine were permanently attached to the ass of, and I was swinging from the nuts of management. That was the only reason I was a WGP champion. Well, let me tell you this. If you had grown a pair of nuts, maybe you would have had a championship opportunity. But after that promo the other day, you just come off as a salty, bitter-ass bitch.
Crippler, do we even need to talk? We already know what this is between me and you. My foot's still on your tongue, my boot's still going through your ass, and you still ain't piece of shit. I'm still gonna continue to dig in your ass every fucking chance I get. You ain't gonna never be shit in this world, and you ain't gonna never make your shit past me. So as long as I'm around, I'm gonna continue to dig my foot knee deep in your ass. So I don't even know why you want to come out in this match. You better hide for the rest of your goddamn life. Talk to you later, bitch.
Big Sweet, 7 mask. You called it in your last promo. I'm just giving you what the fuck you want. Because Big Sweet, you are sorry excuse, a disgrace of a champion. You would come on screen, make shit personal between 7 and yourself. You want to mention how I was out for 2 months, not showing my face when I was sick as fuck. Well, Big Sweet, I'm gonna tell you this. You need to stop swinging from the nutsack of management. Stop kissing their ass, because the weight of the world is to come crushing down on your shoulders. And I'm gonna be there laughing, saying, I told you so, big guy!
Big Sweet, everyone's favorite big man. Hey, is that still a thing? I mean, how can you be in a heel group, badass club, and still be everyone's favorite big man? I don't think you were everyone's favorite big man to begin with, but whatever. You like to call yourself that, that's cool. Hey, I mentioned I did a favor for you. Well, now by my count, I've done 2. Maybe you're not able to see what was right in front of you the whole time, but believe me, I've done 2. And there's going to come a time I'm going to collect.
And Big Sweet's in off the hot tag, not a moment too soon for the Badass Club.
Quite frankly, this match is a lot like a band geek dating a cheerleader. You guys are playing way out of your class and on borrowed time. But I'll give credit where credit is due. Y'all managed to get your asses high enough in the air that eventually the sun had to shine on them. Well, Chaos and Harry did anyway. But seriously, what did the 5 of you hope to accomplish here tonight? 3 of you come out here looking like jerk-offs that bought their Halloween costumes in the discount bin at Walmart. Then there's Bossolini, who looks about as hard as the overnight assistant manager of Walmart. And let's not forget the original pariah himself, Chaos. What an asshole. But I'm going to be extremely honest and real with each and every one of you. If people like Shock Therapy had done their jobs in the first fucking place, BC never would have had to come here. 4 men, Jay Briggy, James Grimes, Gene Emerson, and Bojax, came into this company, put it on their backs, drugged this piss hole from obscurity, and made it into something that we could all be proud of. So for them, for what they did, and quite frankly, just because I don't like you, I'm going to beat you up, blow you out, and treat you exactly like the last 5 pussies I got my hands on.
Wait. What's going on? Hey, who is that?
big man. Big man.
Surprise. Because I'm done carrying this fucking clothes.
Just remember, Big Sweet, it was all business, and you are the motherfucker that made it personal. What the fuck you got your jaw on the floor for? Don't be proud. Pick up the scraps.